Welcome
Welcome
to Shade
to
and the
Shade in the
City.
City.
I'm your girl, Treese.
It's Nels.
And today we are jumping into our review of Married at First Sight, episode 10. So, welcome, new viewers and return subscribers. We love y'all. Welcome back.
Family.
Yes, the Shade Squad. Make sure y'all hit that like button
And that subscribe button.
if you're not already subscribed. Don't unsubscribe yourself. But anyway.
Well, then hit the notification bell.
Yeah, hit the notification bell. So but guys, special announcement. It is 9/9. And in 10 days, one of us will be older. It won't be me.
Whoa! She could have just said one of us are having a birthday. Why she had to say older?
Please start showing the love. Make sure that y'all send
the Virgo love.
And yes, bless our girl with some birthday blessings. You can put in the notes Chanel's birthday present. I promise I we'll take a cut. But yes, and let's start blessing our girl with some birthday blessings. And the biggest blessing of all is if you give us the free blessing of liking and subscribing.
Yes, we would love that.
So let's get into it, Shade Squad, and let's get shade. This episode, and the couples are getting ready to celebrate their first milestone, their monthversary. Here we go. Or is it monthversary? That's what we're gonna say. Anyway, so that's what we celebrating. It's been almost 30 days. They ain't divorced each other yet. So they've beat Alyssa and Chris at this point.
Even though some of them seem like they're ready to.
Even though some of them seem like we're ready to. Now we see Miguel chefing it up for Lindy.
Again.
An amazing breakfast, which I know our girl Nels would definitely appreciate. Yeah.
Me and Miguel, I mean, as far as that goes, we would get along. Not with the Dungeons and Dragons.
Y'all earth signs. Anyway.
So Kristyen is out with her friend Zoe making candles. Zoe wants to catch up.
They're really out here making candles. They out here like
cutting them up
on TV and they go to these candles and sips. They be making it look all cute. And all
they be doing the scent. They're just making like the scent, really. The ones you're talking about.
I want to do. I want to do it the cute way. They out here chopping up wax, and I was like, that don't even look fun. That don't even.
You just want to make the scent. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, that's it.
That ain't even got to be a candle. You could just mix some oils together, make you some body oil.
I guess I just want to cheat. I don't want to do all that.
You don't want to do all that work.
Yeah, I was like, why is it so much effort? It could all be so simple.
I want to do glass blowing. That's what I want to do.
Yes. Mm-hmm. See, that's what I'm saying. That's one that you go all in.
I wonder if you can do that well, I guess it wouldn't make a difference. It'd be hot as hell in that damn room anyway. Anyways, okay, so Zoe, she wants to catch up and find out how Kristyen's marriage is going. Kristyen says it's going good, as she, thought it would be. She says they have a lot of fun together and it feels like a really good marriage. But she's very conflicted because she feels like he's obsessive about, her entrepreneurial ideas, mm-hmm. and has a negative connotation about her flipping homes, and feels that he's not being supportive. Like he wants her to rethink, what she wants to do for the rest of her life, her goals. Like, where do they do that at? She gets emotional and says it makes her think about her parents, and if they don't approve of how someone treats her, she don't know how she gonna continue this. Bitch, you better get it together, okay?
Well, and she was like, if my own parents support me in what I do, how the hell am I gonna be with somebody that's gonna make me change my whole life?
That's why he needs somebody really in his community.
He does.
And Zoe says it seems like there's a lot of pieces of her that he's not valuing and wishes was different. I'm with you, Zoe. And she doesn't want her to change at all. And he needs to take into consideration, who she is and love her for who she is, because guess what? If he don't, somebody else will.
Okay.
Period. She just says that she just wants to be the best wife she can be, so that, he can give her the best version of himself, and feels that, you know, if she gets the best version of him.
Oh,
What'd you say?
amazing. Amazing.
You know, that's my man.
Yes.
You know, I love me some Anthony.
Yes. I'm sorry.
You know, I love me some Anthony. So, you know, she feels that if she gets the best version of him, and still feels the same way that she feels now, she's got a tough decision to make. It don't sound like it'll be tough, honey.
It don't sound like it. That's what I thought to myself when she said it. I was like, girl, it ain't that tough.
Yeah, basically, if you get the best version of him and you still feeling this way, no, it's not tough. So then Stasha, she stops by. Apparently, she volunteered to watch Luna. Shocker.
While they go out to celebrate.
Yes, Kristyen and Mitch are going on a romantic getaway for their 1 month anniversary. Now, I think they're the only ones that actually went somewhere.
And I thought that was cute that they actually put,
It was, and it was very I feel like it was very Mitch. It was very Kristyen and Mitch. I think it was a nice, nice little compromise. Now, apparently Nate wants a dog, and this is the whole reason why Stasha decided to even do this, because, she really ain't on board, but she's like, you know what? I'm gonna make a compromise. Maybe we can have a little babysitting thing going on. So everything.
I tell y'all, I love when Mitch put his feet in this dog's face, and Kristyen was like, no, he don't like that. He don't like that. Don't do that. And I was like, she don't want your nasty feet in her dog's face.
Yeah, she was just like, she likes it better when you scratch her ass. I was like, oh, scratch the dog's ass, Mitch. Scratch the dog's ass.
Feet in the face, dirty feet in the face. No.
So everything seems to be going fine until Kristyen tells Stasha that she has to clean the dog's wrinkle every day. And she looks completely disgusted.
And then when they show her,
why you grabbing a dog like that? Why you got to pull the face back?
I was like, Lord. I was like, I couldn't do it. Thank you, Kristyen, for showing, because I do think they're cute, but now that you have shown me that, I don't want that dog. I don't want that dog. I don't want to pull your wrinkle back. I don't want to tuck nothing back to do nothing. I'm good.
I'm more of a low maintenance dog, period. I don't want dogs that shed. I don't want dogs I really gotta take to the groomers like that. Like, just be there. Just have fun.
You want a cat dog.
My dog now is like that. He's low maintenance. Long hair, everything. He don't shed. Trust me, I checked all that.
Your dog is more like a cat, but anyway.
He is not. Don't do that. Then Kristyen hands her a schedule that starts off at 7:00 in the morning. And Stasha says she's trying to keep her cool, but she is internally freaking out. And then to add insult to injury, this woman got to clean up poop. Okay, we know that she likes.
So Stasha was like, "Oh no,
I don't think she want to clean up no dog shit." So
she did not know what it was when she signed up.
I think she did.
She felt like I often feel, why, as long as you don't leave it in somebody's front yard, if it's kind of off to the side,
it'll be in a part of the earth.
Right, it should just go back into the earth.
I don't see why that's a problem. I mean, especially, it's a little dog. They don't do. I can understand if you got a big old dog.
If you got a whole Rottweiler out here, yeah,
you got a whole horse for a dog. That's
right.
But just a little baby. It's a little baby poop. What the hell that gonna do? Not nothing. So then, Kristyen and Mitch, they go to Julian, California.
Yeah. To Quiet Minds retreat.
Yes. And he says it's giving very much Buddha vibes.
And it was a lot of Buddhas.
Yes, it was. Kristyen says this is perfect. This is really what she wanted to do, and she just wants to make positive memories. She does not want to talk about none of that shit that she was the one bringing up from before. I'm just throwing. I just thought it was funny. She said she don't want to talk about it. I'm like, Mitch didn't want to talk about it, but you
right. He didn't want to talk about it, but now you over here. I don't give about none of that shit.
Right. About none of that shit. Right. So then they go in with Lorian to do some yoga, and Mitch is super excited about it. He says his mind is not usually quiet. So yeah, apparently neither is his mouth when he's doing yoga, because he is grunting the whole entire time while he's doing poses. They were such good sports with him just laughing and joking and thinking that shit is funny, talking about he got a bunch of tension to release. But I think that shit would have aggravated me.
It was not calming at all.
I'd have been like, sorry.
Now, don't get me wrong. There are times when I'm in positions and when you take a deep breath and depending on, I can understand that. But through the whole practice,
it seemed like it got louder and louder.
right. And it was just, and at a certain point, I guess because he felt so comfortable, but that's when I'd be like, you're not even being considerate of me and how I'm.
Yeah, I need my mind quiet too, sir.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I'd have been like, yo, can you like chill just
a little bit?
Unless you need a private session by yourself, because we both here. I'm trying to enjoy this too. So then they get back to their room and they have a gift at the door. And we know how Married at First Sight do. They send the picture, the basket with the pictures and the vows and the wine. Super dope, super cute. Mitch says he was actually nervous to look at the pictures because he knows how shit went down that day. Okay, but it was pretty cool for him to look back on those memories. You know how he was being a groomzilla a little bit that day, but he was happy to look back on those memories. Kristen goes to the pictures and gets to her dad and actually gets emotional and says she wasn't expecting him to be happy like that. And we remember because she thought he was going. I think we thought he was going to say no. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, he was going to be like, "Nah, you crazy, and I'm not about to be a part of your craziness."
Kristen reads her vows and feels that they still fit her, and he says they're even better now because he knows her. Then Mitch reads his vows and says that it's a good reminder,
of why he did this and what he committed to.
But feels like he could do a better job of living up to his vows. And they both agree. But they also agree that they don't have any regrets so far. Don't speak too soon.
And Mitch says that he is not going to let his judgment get the best of him. And because it feels like that may have hurt their trajectory and they could have been further than they were if he would have been able to get over this hump that they were on the first day. But he says he feels a lot of affection towards her. He definitely feels like he could fall for her. Kristen says no matter how it goes, she feels at peace and says she has no regrets, as Nell said. And feels like Mitch is giving his all, and that's all she can ask for. All right, so we jump into Lindy and Miguel. This episode, they are losing their both virginity and going out. What he said a half mile, slow mile.
Yeah, because it's not a milestone.
It's not mile high. No, was it? I thought he was talking about having sex on the boat, and it's not the Mile High Club. So he was trying to say they're gonna join the half a mile club or something like that. Because obviously,
I thought it had something to do with them calling it a milestone, meeting a milestone, and he was saying like it wasn't a mile, like it wasn't a full mile.
No, they both said that were both like, oh, it's not a big deal. But he did say something in relation to them having sex on the boat and them like, and obviously it's not the Mile High Club because it's not high. But I
listen, I may have just skimmed past that because I do not want to picture Miguel and Lindy having sex.
That's funny. So, like I said, they both feel it's an accomplishment, but really not a big deal. Lindy says any time with Miguel is worth celebrating. They see a couple getting married from the boat, and Lindy asks, I wonder, do you think? Oh no, Miguel actually asked her. He jokes with her, and he's like, I wonder if they know each other. And Lindy's like, not most people do know each other when they got married. Not everybody goes around.
We're just the weirdos here.
Right. So Lindy says she's very happy with how things are going, and Miguel can agree. She says that Miguel is everything that she wanted and everything that 20-year-olds don't have. I was like, okay.
How old is she again?
I think she's early 30s, like just turned 30.
What the hell is she talking?
I think I literally think she's like 29. So she might not even be fully 30.
That's basically, you're basically 30.
Huh?
29, you're basically 30.
Well, you know what I'm saying. You can't tell a 29-year-old that, but anyway.
You can't call them 20s. When you say 20s, you're thinking like early 20s, even mid 20s, not late 20s.
Miguel says the older he's gotten, he's realized the more effort that it keeps to keep a relationship going. He then brings up to Lindy that he read an article, and I guess it was talking about, it said that you can get along with anyone As long as you have reliability and predictability. He tells Lindy that sometimes she's consistently inconsistent, but there's a comfortability in that because he knows what to expect. Because he feels like he's seen her crazy, so it can't get no worse than that. That's what I took from what he
Yeah,
said.
he felt like he saw her at her worst. Boy, was he.
And Lindy lets him know that that was nowhere near her worst. He
She
said,
said, buckle up, buttercup.
He's really terrified. And Miguel, you should be. She's Gemini. You should be. So if that's not her worst, you should be scared. Now, Lindsay feels like they're still in the honeymoon phase. And Miguel says, maybe it's not a phase. And I thought that was really cute because he's like, no, maybe we just gonna be like this. Maybe this is just how we rock. This is just us. And I was like, that's very cute. Go Miguel and Lindy.
That's what Alexis and Justin thought too.
Don't do that. Don't do that. They got other issues. When they get back to their apartment, Lindy, my notes literally say Lindsay. Sorry, it's last season. It defaults. Anyway, Lindy and Miguel are relaxing at home after their date when Lindy talks about how she really appreciates Miguel accepting all parts of her and how she hopes he continues to do so. She says she's been less anxious. She's not biting her nails anymore, which I was like, go ahead, girl. That's good. That's a good thing. He makes you better. That's what's up. Now, she said that he's been doing a swimmingly good job. I said, that's cute. Now, their little basket, memorabilia basket comes. And as they're going through the wedding album, Lindy is just joking and kind of making kind of quirky, or I guess you can kind of say negative remarks.
I would say she was pointing out all the awkward moments.
Okay, awkward. Yeah, but she was pointing out awkward moments about their wedding day. Miguel, however, feels as if she's being a little snarky and hypercritical. He says that it was detracting from the overall positive experience for him. And I said, right. He's looking at all the beautiful things, and she's like, oh, we look like we don't even want to hold hands. We da, 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 da. And I was like, why are you? She did kind of pick it apart, and I can understand where he's coming from. Now, because I'm sensitive like that too. So he says he does have strong feelings for her and just wishes she could enjoy the moment of reflecting on their wedding day. He reads his vows and asks Lindy if she feels that he lived up to them. And she says that she definitely thinks he has, and says that this is the best relationship that she's ever had.
No. The healthiest.
Oh, she said the healthiest?
I took mental note of the fact that she said healthiest.
Oh, that is.
Because with her blowing up ass,
she's probably
giving toxic, problematic. So the fact she said healthiest, I was like, oh, okay.
Now, Miguel says that it feels easy for him, and he doesn't think it would come as natural with another person. I thought that was cute. Lindy says she feels like she's falling more and more in love with Miguel every day, and says it feels like a natural progression. But she realizes it's only been a month. It's been easy and fun, and she feels like they just still need a little bit more time to see, if this is the it for them. Which was funny because I was like, but Lindy, you're the whole one that don't even want to think about decision day. But in the back of your mind, you still know that it's a thing. So why can't
she can do it, but he can't?
Right. The double standard of it all.
So Justin is going fishing with his brother Donnell, while Alexis is having drinks with her friend Jackie. His brother asks how, the married life is treating him. And he says married life is stressful and challenging. Huh, sir.
I think your brother tried to warn you, but
he did. And look, you only a month. I know. He like only after a month. Like really already? But I guess that's how it be when you don't know somebody,
right?
So then Alexis says that she's talking to her girlfriend. She says that she's not typically on an emotional roller coaster type of girl, but that's how she's been feeling. She's going through like good days and some bad days, and it is just super draining. Now he says that he found out he does like these random outbursts when he gets mad, and he's never been called out for it before, and realizes that it's draining for her and it's making him get in his head. And he realizes that, when he's in his head, he fucks up consistently.
And then they cut back to the group therapy with him saying that she's constantly on him and that's why he shuts down. He says he's drained by Alexis.
It sounds like they're draining each other.
Right.
So then she says that he doesn't know how to self-regulate.
And she has to do it for him.
Yes.
She says that she'll give him space and then he often returns saying that she was right and that he did need space. And basically she's getting tired of the excuses because he doesn't want to listen. He thinks he knows everything. He has these outbursts and says whatever he says to her and then wants to come back and cuddle and love on her after he said what he said.
And so then her friend asked her if decision day was tomorrow, what would her decision be? And she says that makes her uncomfortable, either saying yes or no right now. So she's in between. She really has no idea what she would do. But you know what? I think is kind of dope. They're having like these rough patches, but they still find a way to have like their good moments. Just like she said, they have their good days and their bad days. But it seems like every day is like both, but they have these moments.
They have moments of it.
Exactly. So
yeah.
Then they scrapbook. They're scrapbooking. And she says her marriage has really been challenging, but since it's their 1 month anniversary, she's hoping they can just look back and cherish these moments and take it all in all over again. I guess relive these happy moments. He says that he spoke to his brother and was given a little bit of advice, and his brother told him that he's trying to work on things like as a whole. What he needs to do is try to work on things like one at a time.
He says that he was trying to work on things and he feels like he's trying to do so much, trying to solve every issue he has to make her happy. And he realizes that if he feels like if he's to address one issue at a time, there's not going to be enough time in the 6 weeks that are left to fix everything.
And she makes to her that
means
translate like you're done, like you're over this. And for him, what he's trying to explain is that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I want to fix everything before decision day so that when decision day comes, it's not a no for you, boo. Basically.
I liked Alexis in this moment because for what we know about her and her being a runner, this was her perfect timing when she felt like he was backing out. She could have easily been like, okay, you're not in.
You're done.
And the fact that she's like literally sitting here, I don't want to say convincing him, but talking to him and like, no, we're not doing that bad. And even as they're making the scrapbook, like Nels talked about before, she's pointing out, look, this was just last weekend when we did our 90s party. Like it is not just the honeymoon. And I loved when they were going through their scrapbook. There was one particular picture that she had pulled out and he was like, that's my favorite. And she was like, well, why is it your favorite? And he's like, because that's the day I told you I loved you. So there's definitely something there. And I do believe Alexis even said in her confessional, even though she is known to be the runner, she's here because she's her husband. So clearly, as crazy as I thought it was or didn't think there was a real connection, clearly he's really pulling at this girl's heartstrings and she really does want to try to make this marriage work with Justin. I really think it has more to do with than just the process is what I'm saying. I think she really does. Like
I can agree with that. But then also, and this is nothing against Justin because I do think Justin is genuine. But I'm going to chalk it up to some other guys. Okay. Being that they've only been in this for a month. And he was for me, a totally different person in the beginning. To me, it's giving love bombing and it's giving manipulation.
Ooh, that's a strong one. Love bomb.
And now I feel like she's kind of in an internal battle with herself, whether this is who he is now or who he was when I met him in the beginning. And can we get him back to this? And honestly, I feel like a lot of women go through this because you meet this guy. He's great. Of course, he's showing you his best self in the beginning. And now you're in the thick of it. And it's like, I want this person back. And I feel like she's even said that.
No,
I
she
want to
I
feel
want the person
secure.
with
I
money.
want the person back who I told I love you to, who told me I love you, not this person with the outbursts and this person, you know what I mean? And I don't think he's a manipulative person. But you
I
know,
think he's uncoachable.
no, she did not use the word uncoachable. Jesus Christ.
No, I think Justin is a
You know what that means? You know what easy term for uncoachable. You know what that means?
what?
Hard-headed.
Hard-headed. Okay, yeah. But I think that he means well, but it's hard to learn or accept new things or new patterns when you think that you're doing everything right.
Or you feel like you know everything.
Right. We get to Stasha and Nate. Now, Stasha is with her mom. They never give us this woman's name.
Stacey.
Oh, it is Stacey. Okay.
The one who never gets names. The one who never get the name.
The girl with no names got a name. Good job. So
look at what I'm doing in my old age.
Right. So they're making grandma's cookie bars, and she says she wants to get her mom's opinion and says that she feels like Nate needs to reassure her through his actions that he's falling in love with her. And can I just tell y'all, as soon as she
this
came,
whole scene to me was emotional. Like this, like I was like, wow, like this whole scene to me, like,
oh well, it was emotional, but she got on my nerves at first.
It was, for me, it was when the mom started talking.
Yeah, no. When the mom started talking, but Stasha, like, it was just a, oh, you're gonna do, and then I was like, this is why. So she said she doesn't want to be in a loveless marriage, and she also doesn't want to wait forever, and wants to be able to trust Nate and know he's going to have her back. Her mom asked her how things are going, and she says that she believes he's trying to dig deeper, but he's not moving fast enough for her. It's driving me insane.
Do we know what his sign is?
She's verbalizing. So what's even crazier, it's not like she doesn't know what she's doing. That's what, it'd be different if she was ignorant to the fact that she was doing it. She knows what she's doing and she's doing it and doesn't care. That's what blows me. Is anybody else seeing that, Shade Squad? Okay, carry on. So her mother tells her that she wants all the answers right now and compares it to picking the scab. And then once it tries to heal a little bit, she comes back and picks it again. And I said, Mama Stacey
versus leaving the scab alone
and letting it heal.
Yes.
And I said, Mama Stacey was on it. And basically, Stasha starts to get emotional. She lets her mother know that he hasn't said, I love you yet. And she basically tells her, well, has he shown you in his actions?
Boom. Boom.
and Stasha said he does based upon the things that he wants to do for me in the future. And her mother tells her that she needs to be patient. And try, and basically tells her what we all feel. It's only been a month. Be patient, give him some time. Stasha realizes that she likes to dig deep, answer the hard questions, and realizes that's not everybody's cup of tea. So as Nell said, that's the worst type of people. When you know you got something about you, issues about you, but you won't do anything to fix it. You'll just say, this is how I am. Take me as I am.
Are you referring to her or to him?
To her.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, because he's trying to get therapy.
No. Stasha says she always wants to continue to make sure the person she's in a relationship with is trustworthy and feels in past situations she's been too trusting and it's backfired and hurt her. He says that, her constantly having faith in him. And her mother was like, well, that's what faith is not knowing. It's taking the next step and not knowing where you're going, just trusting. And Stasha feels like trust is earned, not given. So then her mom says in confessional, and this is the emotional part, her mom gets all emotional in confessional and said it saddened her to hear this from Stasha because she does believe, she may be part of the reason why she feels that way. As we know, I guess maybe she's not with her stepfather anymore.
I know we noticed.
She doesn't know her dad.
I don't know what episode it was, but I know that we noticed in the beginning of the season that Stasha did mention she had a stepfather, but he was not present, and she does not talk about him. So
Whatever that is,
it gave that
her mom
not,
feels guilty
mm-hmm.
that Stasha feels the way that she does. But you know, basically lets her know that she can't do that, or she's probably gonna mess up her own relationship. So Sasha says she knows she has to give him time and space, but she feels empty because she's not getting what she wants right now. And then they hug it out, and mom lets her know that she needs to chill the hell out. That's all. And you'll feel better. Just chill out. Apparently, Nate is showing and proving, y'all.
We see with the post nut.
We see Sasha and they getting ready to go see a lawyer. They looking sharp. I mean, they always look good, but they look real sharp. So, you know, Stasha is still wondering. I'm laughing because Luna was scratching at the door, and she's like, "She
want her mama and her daddy,
right?
Well, she want her mama.
These people aren't the same. They ain't really." But they're
they don't know how to treat me.
Right. They're going to sign the post-nup. Stasha is relieved that he wants to sign. It says that it allows her to trust him a little bit more. However, it still scares her because with trust, it allows you to relinquish control. However, she knows that she needs to do that and allow him to lead. And I said, well, by Joe, you got it.
Go on, Stasha, girl. Go on, Stasha.
Okay. So Stasha brings up that if they're putting, this is what I thought was interesting. She brings up to the lawyer, and I can't remember her name right now, but she brings up to the lawyer and she's like, yeah, so depending on the contribution, we're going to have one account. And then we're going to have separate, you know, our separate assets or whatever. And yeah, if I'm putting 90% and he's only putting 10, then
well, she didn't say, I like the fact she didn't say if I'm putting 90. She said if a person is putting 90 and a person is putting 10. I mean, we know where she
90.
We know where she was going, but
right.
I just want to point out the fact she was still being respectful. She's always respectful. She thinks about this shit before she say it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
But we know what she meant.
Okay. So basically they decide that they are going to distribute proportionally should they end in divorce. So basically what you put in is what you get out. Mm-hmm. Now Nate is fine with doing that. He said that he's doing this in hopes that Stasha will trust him a little bit more and see that
he's showing action.
Basically, and he's showing that he's serious about protecting her.
Show and prove.
More than anything, he's like, I just want to show her that I don't want anything from her. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, Nate. That's how you really work the bag. That's how you really work the bag. That's that long-term planning.
You're a mess.
So we see Nate. He's apparently at home with Luna and is amazed because Luna is a girl. So hats off to Nell. She was right. Luna is a girl and she is out here tearing that damn pillow up, and he just thinks it's very weird. And I think he's now like, I don't know if I need a dog.
First of all, remember, I was like, the fact that she's humping the pillow and she's a girl.
Yeah.
The fact that he said it, I was like, okay, so I'm not the only one. I thought it was just a boy dog thing.
Well, I guess girls go in heat too. You know what I'm
saying? I you know what? I guess they do, but I just didn't think that they did it like.
I thought if anything for a girl, you had to worry about them like they actually bleed. That's why.
Yeah, they do bleed, but I don't think I thought that they like just hump pillows, or if they did, like you just don't see it. I don't know what the hell I thought.
I kind of always had male dogs, so you know. Now Sasha asked Nate what so they go on this cute little date, right? It's very, very cute. It's like
a picnic. Yeah, hanging roses and
it looks like they were at a winery. That's what it gave me. It looked
Is that what you think?
I think it was set up at a winery. Okay. Stasha asked Nate what he's learned in the past 30 days. She asked him if he thought that they would be there, and he says he wasn't sure, to be honest with her. He feels like his actions, his commitments, everything that she asked for pretty much he was doing, and she completely dismissed it. Mm-hmm. He tells her she doesn't realize she's saying things that are tied to trust. I really like how he communicated in this scene. He also says, you don't realize that you hurt me too. It's like, go ahead, Nate. I was like, maybe he is going to that therapy.
He might have started already, girl. He might have.
So she brings up the situation. And so I love when she's like, oh, so are you talking about when I said, and I guess when she was like, oh, well, anybody can do that because he brought up how moving in with her was a sign of him showing his commitment and others, you know, him just being with her or whatever.
It's so wrong because I get where he's coming from, but that's some shit I would have said.
Right. So he said it's hard to open up when the other person is closed off.
She was like, you talking about me? I'm closed off?
Right.
He's
And
like, yeah,
Sasha's like
sometimes.
shocked. And he said, in some arenas, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, I'm about to move in with you, and you're just like,
And calls her an asshole. She was like, you being an asshole. She was like, did you just call your wife an asshole? You're motherfucking right, he did.
mm-hmm. And he says, but now that they understand each other more and she's trusting him, he trusts her more. He tells her that he sees the future with her. She asks him where he is on the love scale because she just can't help herself.
With this damn scale.
Right. But surprisingly, he says he's falling in love with her. And she's surprised, but obviously happy. He says that he feels his love for her is growing, and it went from a 4 to like a 7 or an 8.
She's like, what? Wait.
And he says,
wait.
He said it's because they actually went through something. They got over a hurdle and they made it to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And basically he realizes he can trust her and he's committed to her. And I thought this was super dope. And I
thought it was so cute that she was all like giggly and huge smile on her. Be like, girl, let's go. Let's get upstairs. Cause you just this big old smile on your face.
Maybe now I should, you know, give him some cookie. Now, they apparently decide to take, I thought this was it for them, but then apparently Stasha decides to take Nate out and they're going to get tattoos of their wedding date on each other. And I thought this was really cute. And again, Stasha loves this because it's Nate taking an action to show her that this is forever. This is for real. I'm committed. And I was like, that is kind of true, but you do know you can get tattoos removed, right? But anyway.
I thought it was super dope that, you know, she's complaining and scared that this tattoo is going to hurt. He's like, that's what you worried about? We about to have babies. You about to push some babies out your womb. And she's like, you so funny. You so funny. But you know, that hit you right up in here. He was like, yeah, I'm about to have your babies. Don't you forget it. I thought it was cute.
It was very cute. And I love to see them, like they say, get over their hurdles. And I actually like seeing Stasia finally realizing, even though she knows it, and even during the picnic, she kind of annoyed me, but still, and that's just who she is. But still, I'm glad that they were able to get over it and she recognizes it and is working on it.
It was funny because so he's sitting down getting his tattoo, and the tattoo artist is, you know, trying to get the history on their relationship. He's like, oh, so when y'all get married? You said like a month ago. He's like, yeah, a month ago. He's like, oh, okay. When y'all meet? He was like, a month ago. He's like, oh,
okay.
Like, they just started busting out.
Let me just stop asking questions.
Exactly. He's like super awkward, like, but it was cute. She appreciates the fact that yes, he is showing action. That she can see right now and not just for the future, she said. So it was really cute. Morgan, she met up with her friend Deborah. And really she gets right into it. She reminds her of what happened on the honeymoon and, you know, how he didn't believe she was a nurse and went and snitched her ass out, told everybody and their mama. And, you know, she said she found out that he never stopped talking to Justin about their issues and was talking to him on a daily basis.
Even though he was looking at her, and when she asked what everybody talked about and what they was doing, he told her nothing. He wasn't talking. He said everybody else was trashing their wife and he wouldn't do so.
He was like, I'm not gonna do that.
I'm gonna respect my wife.
But apparently, while he was on the phone with Justin, he had it on speakerphone. Okay. And Alexis heard everything. So Alexis really snitched him out. Okay. So she says that she went back to her apartment, grabbed her stuff to go. And she basically said deuces. Okay. And as she was leaving, she gets a text from Alexis and was like, boo, your husband here. So He calls her on FaceTime, I guess. You know what though? Listen, I'm not mad at him for doing it.
That would be so unattractive to me too.
I'm not mad at him for doing it.
What, for going over to Ben and Alexis?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I'm for going over to Alexis and Justin. I'm not mad at him for doing it because
Alexis and Justin, yes.
Because if you told me that Alexis is the one that told you, I'm gonna go to the source and we're gonna talk about this shit all together. Now, that's only if she was lying. But Ben, if you were the one lying, you had no business doing that. Okay?
I would stand down. Stand down. That's why
look, I'm gonna just hold off until you stop being mad.
Not to mention, my wife is already mad that I'm running over here talking to you in the first place. So I should probably keep my happy ass. Let me go talk to my mama. Let me go talk to my mama. How about that?
Oh no, he's like his mama. She gonna say, be done with that bitch. She only want kids.
Well, I know. I'm just saying she's over the Justin thing.
Well, what I know is, and just like in Alexis fashion, she stood in her shit and she's like, you need to talk to your wife. This is the shit that you said. So it really didn't play out, I think, the way Ben expected it to. Like I said, you should only do that if you weren't lying, Ben.
Right.
And eventually, after speaking to Morgan, he agrees to leave so that, they can speak privately, just like Alexis told him he should anyway. And her friend Deborah says, she's sad because she knows how bad she wanted this. And they both get emotional and says, she feels like the door is closing. Child, look, I don't know. I really can't. I can't feel Morgan on this. I don't.
You don't feel, well, okay. What it sounded like to me is that she's still holding on to a lot of stuff that happened
with the nurse shit.
Now,
to me, that wasn't even a big deal.
No, but it was the new stuff that she's jealous or she's mad because my family is perfect.
And she probably is. You have issues in your family and I don't.
That's some really tough shit to say.
But guess what? Listen to me. At the end of the day, listen. Right? I get where you're coming from. But at the end of the day, listen, you're my wife, but I really don't know you like that. And that's how I feel. And I should be able to express that to my best friend or someone who's going through the same process as me without really, and really, Alexis really had no business even saying this, without it getting back to you. I should be able to express my true feelings to someone who I can confide in without hurting your feelings. Morgan is laying in bed on the day of her and Ben's 1-month anniversary and says she doesn't feel like, she's excited at all. And she really doesn't even want to see him. But she does realize that, she has some shit to say to him. Okay. And she ready.
She ready.
Morgan is at the gym, doing her little workout. And she says her and Ben aren't good anymore. And tomorrow they have plans on going back to their wedding venue for their anniversary and either retelling their vows or rewriting their vows. And she's definitely going to give him some vows tomorrow. I said, "Oh, what that mean, boo?" So
they ain't gonna be sweet or nothing.
So then Ben, he shows up at the wedding venue to surprise Morgan with some flowers. And he is super optimistic, even talking about, them staying in the suite that they stayed in and having a good time. Yeah, boy, was he in for a surprise.
He's like, I haven't talked to her and she won't answer my phone calls.
Yeah, so she shows up and he hands her the flowers. She throws them on the ground. And he's like, oh, what? Okay. And she says when she wrote her original vow, she was excited to meet him because she thought she was meeting a person who was going to care for her and be by her side and be her partner, like a real husband. And says that he's not that man and the vows are not for him. Morgan.
You're not that guy.
Right? She's just not that into you. She says she's giving him one chance to explain himself, and he acts completely dumbfounded, and he doesn't know what. Right? You're like, what you mad about?
I don't understand. He's like, no,
that would have pissed me
but
off.
that's what I'm saying. It's like, and then even if, so I hear what you're saying. Okay, he should be able to talk to his friend, whatever. But then, even then, when she's like, I just want you to take accountability that you got caught, you were out here talking shit. And
that's a little much though. I got caught like I'm doing some sneaky shit. Like I'm talking to my homeboy.
Okay, but the point is, Ben then's like, but I only told one person. Then she's like, no, you told Miguel. And I was like, ooh. And he's like, oh, but maybe just him too. And she's like, this is my problem.
She didn't listen. She didn't listen. No.
But here where it sits with me, it's about trust. If you did this now, if you sat here in my face.
Listen. She didn't listen because he was trying to say that he talked to Miguel about him being a people pleaser, not about their business. She just didn't listen. Okay. Now he did say that he talked to Justin about their business, right? Whatever issues they had. I get what you're saying. Yes. If you agreed to my terms and I said, I don't like this, this is what you should do. I 100% agree. Right. And really, I feel like he should have never agreed. Because
no, he should have never agreed. That's my whole thing. You agreed to something you knew you probably couldn't do. But the problem is, I think and don't get me wrong, am I going to be honest? And do I think Morgan is being a little bit extra? Absolutely, I do. Mm-hmm. But I know how I feel when you tell me something, we've agreed upon something, and then you turn around and you claim you're trying to earn my trust back, and then you go and do the very thing that you said you weren't going to do. How are we building trust? How is that going to work? So I understand where her frustration was coming from.
I understand where her frustration was coming from, but I don't feel like it was something she should have ever asked.
And I will say one thing so basically, Morgan tells him basically, fuck you, fuck off, we're good. And gets ready to walk off, gets emotional, then comes back. Production is like, Morgan, where are you going? Are you not going to stay? And Ben comes after her, and she's like, I'm not sitting down at the table until you apologize and admit, and the first time you say some shit, I'm getting up and I'm leaving. So he's like, fine, Morgan, fine, I'll do whatever you say. Just please sit down at the table. I think Ben, and you know what it is, and this is not trying to be funny, and this is not trying to be, I think it's probably his culture, and he's not used to like outbursts and stuff like that, especially like in public setting. And so he just wants her to calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
In front of all these people. Mm-hmm. More than anything. Because I feel like when they were standing up face to face, he was a little bit more, oh no, but I'm going to defend my position. Mm-hmm. But then when she really started to show her, that's when he was like, okay, let me pull it together. Because she gonna act
the fuck up.
Right. She's going to turn up. Mm-hmm. So he apologizes. He said, please, can you come sit down? He's like, I'm sorry. Yes, I told our business multiple times. I told you multiple times that I wasn't going to. And, he's like, and I'm sorry. And he's like, and I hope we can work through it. And this is what I thought was interesting. I said, what type of toxic torture shit is this? She says, I'm not leaving you. I'm going to stay here for the next 4 weeks, and I'm going to be here in your face so you can know how you made me shitty. You made me feel.
Yeah, that was like, I was like, what the fuck?
I said, that's a whole nother level of toxicity, and the experts are going to let it go on.
She's got Lindy beat.
I said, wow. Let us know what you think, Shade Squad. If you haven't already, please make sure that you like the video.
And you subscribe.
But yeah, let us know what you think, Shade Squad. Was Morgan right? Are you team Ben? Are you team Morgan? Were they both wrong? I don't know. I thought
the only reason why I can't get mad at him for agreeing to it is because they haven't known each other that long. He's probably like, you know what? I just married this girl. It's less than a month. I just want to do whatever I need to do or say whatever I need to say to appease her because he's a people pleaser. So even if he didn't agree, he's gonna tell her whatever.
But that's okay. So can I say this? This is why I'm not comfortable with the expert. They don't need to stay together. They don't need to decide that on decision day. Like they don't need to stay together. She's about to torture him, but imagine if they do decide to stay together. This is about to be a lifetime of torture for him because she don't know how to let shit go.
I think that he needs to speak with his family about what's going on.
Right.
And they will make him feel stronger, make him feel liberated, and tell him to leave her ass.
And she ain't giving you what you want. She's not
and listen, I get that they're in a marriage, but that is not the only person that you should have to talk to.
Woo!
And what you don't want me to do is go to my family and get consultation and speak with them about what's going on, because guess what? They would have me out this shit yesterday.
All of our couples are getting together. They are going to celebrate their 1 month anniversary. Everybody celebrating the same time, kind of the same time. And the people that weren't there to celebrate because they didn't get married the same day aren't on the bus because they're having their own separate marital issues, as we know, which has been in Morgan. Now, as everyone's arriving on the bus, you know, I believe it was Kristyen that mentioned something and was like, hey, where's Ben? Where's Morgan? And Alexis mentions how Morgan's not coming.
And Dustin says that Ben needs a mental health day.
Ben is taking a mental health day. So they just kind of try to bypass it. And, you know, Kristyen's like, well, I don't care if Mitch wasn't coming. I would show up. I got a bus. I'm having dinner with my friends.
Period.
I would show up and show out.
I feel you, boo.
I hate to say that's smart. Kristyen. Look, she went on a whole honeymoon by her damn self. Kristyen ain't gonna
with her friends.
With her friends. She ain't gonna miss no parties, okay? So they get to the dinner. And Stasia is super excited because everyone's like dressed up real nice and cute. And even Mitch got on a blazer and some dress shoes, looking snazzy, as she says.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Alexis points out to Mitch that the table is wood that they're eating on. So he should feel good.
I wonder, you know what, since he's in that profession, like, do they like kind of cater to him when they have like stuff? I mean, like the production.
Absolutely. You didn't see his wedding cake? Remember him and Kristyen's wedding cake?
I remember it was like some green shit wrapped around it.
It looked like seaweed all over it.
Oh, I thought like they kind of, I thought they kind of picked that.
That's what that was. It was like seaweed. It was like, yeah, no, they cater to him. Absolutely, they do. So Alexis, and anyway, so Alexis then asked everyone how they're doing, and Miguel speaks up first, y'all, and says that they're doing surprisingly well because he never thought he could have a connection like this with a stranger. He said he hoped for it, but if you would have asked him, he would have thought it was unlikely. And he's happy that everything is working out. Lindy says in her past relationship, she was able to get away with a lot. She doesn't want that for her and Miguel. And she knows she can be a lot. And she's basically been working on herself because she doesn't feel like Miguel deserves to even see that nasty side of her.
And she respects him.
Right. And she respects him. I said, okay, y'all, I'm loving it. Then Stasia says it's been a lot of growing pains for her. She went into it knowing exactly what she wanted, feeling like she knew exactly who she was. And now she feels like she still knows what she wants and who she is, but realizes she still has work to do on herself. And she said that, you know, they have disagreements, but the fact that they can make it on the other side of those, she believes it builds character and growth and brings them closer together. I was like, that's what that therapy will do. So Nate says he has a more calm approach to things. And, you know, Stasia's like, you trying to say I'm not calm? Is that what you're trying to say?
He was like, sometimes.
And you could tell that she was bothered by it. He lets her know, you know, you got your moments, but yeah, no, you're not really. But he says that he feels that they complement each other and they have the same vision. He feels like, you know, them seeing the bigger picture could alleviate a lot of the small things that the right here and now, because they're in this forever. And then he shows off his tattoo. And I said, go ahead, Nate. I'm here for it.
And he lets them know that he's falling in love with her.
Yes.
And she's his best friend.
And she gets all giddy-eyed and girly. And I was like, that's all she want. And Nate just making her work for it. That's all it is. He's making her work for that shit. He's like, I know you want it and I'm gonna give it to you, but you're gonna do it on my timing. It's not gonna be when you want it.
So Mitch asked Kristen how she feels after a month of being married to him. And she's like, you know what? I would really prefer for you to go first. And he says it's really been demanding and difficult. He's never really lived with a girlfriend before. And, he took a huge leap of faith even doing this process. And he says he wasn't even sure that he had the capacity to be a husband. And she says that he's an incredible man and doesn't think that anyone at this table doubts how hard he's been trying. But she also says that he's saying a lot of stuff. And I'm over here kind of like, like you signed up to be married, sir.
But you didn't know, you're saying you didn't know you could be a husband.
Right. And she says that she struggles when he says that. And she says everyone constantly is saying how proud she is, how proud they are of him. And she's like, what about her? Because she's showing up and compromising. But when she does stop compromising and gets to whatever she wants to, like, when does she get to stop compromising, get to whatever she wants to do?
It feels like she's tiptoeing around Mitch,
she feels like she's really the reason why this relationship is even working.
That girl said a word.
She feels like she's about to snap soon. Okay. And she feels like to her, snapping means losing Mitch. And Alexis says, well, it's better than losing yourself.
Losing yourself, girl. You
now,
won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. I'm sorry.
She says they're both putting in the work, and it's just that, she feels like she came in this emotionally prepared. And really, he wasn't. Okay. He wasn't. And she tries to apologize, and he's like, you know what, you don't need to apologize, and tells her, you know what, if you feel the need to snap. I'm here. I'm in this with you. You can express yourself, and I got you. I was like, oh, all right, Mitch. You ain't had nothing to say about that?
Nah, I just feel like it's done. I feel like Kristen has hit the end of her rope. She's done because she's now, like she said, she feels like she's losing herself. And at this point, and now it's funny. I hate to say it, like most men, now that she's losing interest, Mitch is kind of, oh, let me be up her.
It's not now that she's losing interest. Don't do that. Don't do that to Mitch. Don't do that to Mitch. Okay. He told her that he wants her to be her authentic self. He is in this with her. If you feel the need to snap, express yourself however you see fit, do it. I am here. I am with you. Basically, bitch, I'm not your ex.
Okay.
Okay. Then Justin says that, he's proud of him, and compared to when they first met, as an outsider looking in.
Now this was the one. This was the one.
And Alexis is over there just making faces like, now I thought she was making faces because she didn't believe Mitch, right?
No, she's annoyed at Justin because she's like, this motherfucker's always out here giving advice, but never taking the advice that's given to him.
She's like, yeah, you proud of everybody making progress, nigga. Where your progress at? So they get to Alexis and they're like, come on, I want to hear you. She's like, I'm good. I just want to listen. And he's like, oh, so you ain't got nothing to say? She's like, no, just, I'm good. I just want to listen. So he catches a little attitude. And she's like, yo, what is that about? And he's like, I feel like we were making progress. We're doing good in our marriage. We're overcoming hurdles. And you ain't got nothing to say?
Can I say something? Can I say something? I would have been Lindy in this scene. Apparently, Justin was over there moping and his plate was still full of food. And Alexis was like, do you want, and Lindy was like, if the tree over there don't eat his food, I'm gonna
get
it.
She did. And look, and Alexis was like, girl, you want it because he over here pouting.
Because he pouting. And I would have said, and Lindy was like, no. I would have been like, yeah, can you pass that? I would have broke up the awkwardness. I would be like, can you pass that over here? Yeah, I'll take it. Y'all don't know how I love to eat. Nels can tell you, I would have done it. She knows I would have been Lindy. I would have been Lindy in this scene.
Listen, she take people glasses. Okay. She ain't got no problem taking nobody plate. All right. So then, she's basically, he keeps on, bugging her. And she she says that she needs him to be consistent. And it's uncomfortable when he's inconsistent because she don't know what person she gonna get. She basically feel like he's Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Mm-hmm.
And says, even when he comes back and apologizes and, tells her, oh, you were right, there's still that hurt there.
Okay, let's pause.
Okay.
Time out. Shade Squad, and if you're a new viewer, please make sure if you have not already that you hit that like button.
And you subscribe.
Y'all, so I failed to mention this before, but she just brought it to my attention. And now, yes, Justin has his flaws, as we've seen. Now, if you guys get an opportunity to watch the after show with Keisha Knight Pulliam, Alexis took the opportunity. They asked her, have her and Justin had sex yet? And she said no. And they said, well, have you tried? And she said yes. And she said, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But you said enough. So this is the second time, because she was on there before and she said something about them not having sex, or she said something about the rumor when he was like, oh, all the girls used to be like, oh, what you working with, because of my height. And she was like, I would love to talk to those girls. So here we are. This is the second time.
Who said that?
Alexis. She said that on the after show with Keisha. That was like after episode 2. So here we are, and we get further in the season, and you're getting on him about being inconsistent, but one thing you have no problem doing is throwing your, now maybe they're not, you know what I mean? They're filming before, I don't know if they're filming before Decision Day.
They're just giving that day together no more.
Right. The way that she's throwing him under the bus.
I want to know what she mean by they tried it, like it didn't happen.
Didn't get it up. That's what she's saying. That's what she's saying without saying it. We tried, but we didn't succeed.
How old is he? That's a valid question.
He's only in his 30s.
Listen, girl. I'm telling you.
Sometimes it starts early.
They do. So then he asked her, what has he done in this moment that bothers her? And she says, when he told her that he didn't have anything to say because, he does like this little tit for tat type of thing.
Right.
And he says, no, he's emotional. And if he did say something, it would be an outburst, like she said. And that's something he's trying to work on. So that's why he ain't saying that. I was like, oh, okay.
Okay,
right.
Listen.
And he asked her to look at it from his perspective. Basically, like, that's not what he's used to. He's not used to her not speaking up or not talking. And all of a sudden,
she ain't got nothing
to say. And he's like, I thought we was good. I thought we making progress. And basically, she feels like, well, I told you that she wasn't fucking up. So if I'm mad at you, I'm gonna let you know.
Right.
And he feels like she is completely missing the point. And listen,
he should have stopped pressing her. And one thing that I think that you may have not said was that Alexis says in the confessional that what she wanted to say was that she's getting fucking exhausted, self-regulating for her and her husband. Mm-hmm. It's a lot trying to be an emotional support. And shout out to Little Black Book, because he said this in one of his old reviews on the show. She's going to get tired of trying to be an emotional support for her husband because she was looking for that from her husband. That's why she wanted a man that was vulnerable and sensitive, and so she could have that release. But instead, she's that for him and herself all the time. And it's draining.
So she lets him know that, he's emotional and high intentions, but she's hurt. So when he comes back and apologizes and says, babe, you were right, she's still hurt. And that's all she wants him to know. And she begins, tearing up. So of course he asks her, what did I do in this moment? And she's like, yo, you're not listening. Like, you're not listening. She gets aggravated. She gets up from the table. She walks to the bathroom. Stasha follows behind her. And everyone at the table, they feel for them. And they say that they can see both perspectives. Now, Alexis is in the bathroom speaking to Stasha. Huh?
It was awkward as hell. I wouldn't want to.
So Alexis is in the bathroom speaking to Stasha and asking like if she's crazy. She says she feels like she always has to appease this man at every moment. She feels like she's coddling him and she ain't got no damn kids. Then Justin is outside with production explaining that he feels like even when he tries to come back, like, and fix shit, like it bites him in the ass. So they're both kind of, listen, it's a lot. It's a whole lot. You asked for it, boo. You asked for it.
You wanted to be married.
Okay. Not even that. You wanted problems in your marriage.
Just so you can see how you can handle them. And now you can't.
Thank you guys
for tuning in to another review of Married at First Sight. Thank you guys for coping with us and our lateness, but we are going to get back on schedule. That's why I make sure we are recording this first, but we're going to get back on track with our Married at First Sight. So thank you guys for your support. Please make sure, if you have not already, that you hit that like button.
You comment.
You subscribe.
And you hit the notification bell.
And make sure that you are liking us on all of the platforms, the IG, the Twitter, the Facebook.
Oh, that good shit.
Oh, TikTok.
And TikTok, yes.
Make sure you're doing all that. And like I said, the birthday girl is in the building and we celebrate all month and we got a good
y'all, she is so long-winded. I'm over here trying to eat my wings. She is like playing games with my food.
You could pay for her wings. You see, she wants to eat her wings. Cashapp. You see it flashing across the screen. So Chanel can have her wings for her. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your support. We'll catch you next week for another episode of Married at First Sight. Love you.
Good night.
Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Hey!